Hey, what's going on, everybody? Back with another Sneaker Shop Talk performance review. Today's shoes, you can see, is the LeBron 11. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, getting into, I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but I always do just like to start with the inner of the shoe, because every other thing about the shoe can be perfect, but if the shoe is tearing up your foot, then it's not gonna matter that you're not gonna wear it. But like on most modern, really athletic shoes, period, it's very smooth within the inner of the shoe. There aren't any raised seams at all. Actually, there's really no seams within the shoe. So there's nothing within the shoe that's going to cause you any sort of discomfort from that standpoint. Now, moving down to the outsole and your traction here, as you can see, there is a honeycomb hexagonal type traction pattern. There's obviously not a herringbone outsole, but nonetheless, it does provide very, very good traction. Now, the courts I play on, I would say at worst, are moderately maintained. Moderate to not quite pristine, but they're definitely in the upper echelon of court maintenance. Now, if you play in a dust bowl, there will be a degradation to a slighter degree of the traction, but nonetheless, this shoe does provide really, really good traction. By and large, I didn't experience any type of slippage within the shoe. The rubber is definitely pliable and flexible enough to stick to the floor. And if you play the type of game where you're doing a lot of starting and stopping and cutting and moving, the traction pattern here, it'll hold up and it'll help you get the job done in that aspect. Okay, now moving on to the cushioning. Cushioning in the LeBron 11. As you can see, I went ahead and removed the midsole, and you know, this is a feature that you're starting to see on a lot of shoes, like, you know, the past few Kobe's, the Jordan 2011, so forth and so on, where you have the midsole is actually removable, and this is a Lunarlon midsole, and it's augmented with a bottom-loaded full-length Zoom Air unit, and it's a really thick unit. I'd say probably 8 millimeters, maybe even 10, probably 8. But anyway, the net result is great cushioning. The break-in time is minimal. Even these are pretty much ready to go right out of the box. I know some people that I talked with said that they found that the cushioning a little bit too soft. Now, me personally, to give you my body type, I'm about 6'1", about 210 to 215, and I found the cushioning to be more than adequate. For me, I didn't find it to be too soft or anything of that nature. Again, you have to consider who the shoe is designed for. The cushioning in this shoe, not even discussing the Lunar here, but the implementation is great, and it will definitely hold up. Of course, even for your ones, even up to some of your fives. Additionally, one of the areas, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about this now, is I feel that this setup was an improvement over the LeBron 10, was in the area of court feel. In this shoe, it's just way better. As much as I like the cushioning on the 10, there's so much clearance between your foot and the court that I didn't really like that. But with this one, you can definitely, the court feel in this is so much better, and you definitely feel more connected to the court. So that combined with the cushioning on the LeBron 11, it's great all the way around. So if you like cushioning in a lightweight, lighter weight package, the LeBron 11 won't let you down. All right, now getting into the fit of the shoe. Now your upper here is comprised, excuse me, of a hyperposit here, which is basically foam posit combined with a hyperfused upper. Now the foam, or the hyperposit here, the foam section is targeted in critical areas, I call you here, as you can see here. And what I like, it was targeted exactly right where it needs to be, because anyone who's worn a primarily foam posit based shoe knows that the material, while great, can be a bit on the heavy side. By targeting in the sections where it's just needed the most, it's able to cut down on weight and really have a great fit in the shoe. While wearing this, I mean, you just don't, my foot didn't move. The sections where it just locks your foot down where it needs to be and keeps your foot from not moving anywhere where it doesn't need to be. Not to the front, not to the side, anywhere. Your foot's totally locked down within the LeBron 11. This is I'd say one of the most ingenious ways of the utilization of the foam material, and it's a technology, like I said, I've always been a fan of. But the weight was my major issue with it. By implementing it, I feel with the hyperfuse and just putting it where you need it, it not only provides the fit, it does provide you lateral support in all directions. And once you lace this shoe up, you've got fly wire in here as well, but it just holds your foot down in place without being restrictive. In addition to fitting well, it's not a restrictive shoe, despite having the somewhat bulky material. It just does it. But like I will say this, with most foam shoes, if you have wide feet, you could have some issues. I don't have wide feet. Mine are medium width, so I didn't have any problems. If you have wide feet, it may be a little tight for you. Maybe you could try going up half a size, or I would recommend even wearing them for a couple days before you actually play them. But fit is good going here, front to back, and side to side, as well throughout the midfoot, while also being a very flexible shoe as well, which is important because I feel that this shoe plays much faster than the 11 without sacrificing any sort of stability. It is a very stable shoe. You do have some outriggers here, and that keeps the shoe from tipping over in conjunction rather with the implementation of the hyperposit. So in short, wrapping up the fit, it's totally locked down. So in all directions, even at the heel. Once you put your foot in here and you lace it up, it's not going anywhere until it's time to take the shoe off. So if you are looking for a shoe that does provide lockdown fit, you may want to definitely take a look at the LeBron 11. I probably should have covered this when I did the fit, but I'm just going to get into materials real quick, and as far as in terms of how it holds up to wear. Now, anyone who's worn foam posit based shoes here know that's a very strong and durable material that does hold up well to wear, and this shoe is no different. As you can see, the upper stands up to wear very well. You can just see I've got a few scuff marks here on the upper, but by and large, the material stands up well. It's a fairly toughly constructed shoe. So it will definitely, it's a shoe, it will get you through a season of wear. It's a very tough shoe, very durable. Like I touched on earlier, maybe some outdoor wear. I wouldn't use it exclusively outdoor, but in short, it's a very well put together shoe that's going to stand up to the rigors of the basketball court. Now, in closing, the LeBron 11, I think it kind of goes in a different direction, but it improves. It's an improvement over the LeBron 10, excuse me, particularly in the areas of court feel, and I would even say fit. Fit's a little bit better than LeBron 10. just with the, like I said, the implementation of the foam posit material. Court feels better, and it does flex just a touch better without having that big zoom bag in the midsole. For a shoe with implementing this material, it is a bit lighter. I feel it could be a guard shoe, said even up to light big men. If you're somebody, so if you want maximum, if you like a lot of cushioning, this is a shoe you want to look at. Now, if you have wide feet, it could be a problem. I said you want to look at some of the suggestions I suggested earlier in the video. Probably right now with the 12 being out, you can definitely find this shoe as a bargain price for the performance. You'll definitely get your money's worth. So I do recommend the LeBron 11. I keep wanting to say the 10. All around, it's a good solid shoe. It sells in the area of fit, cushioning. It's a very stable shoe. So I do recommend it on my playlist. So this ends another performance review. Appreciate everyone watching Sneaker Shop Talk videos. I'm out. Peace. Support stability could be great, but if there's something inside of here that is making this shoe uncomfortable, doesn't matter how good all of these other areas are, you're not going to wear the shoe. So for that reason, I start with